Hello grade 12s. We are going to skip over 7.3. If you would like for yourself, you can have a look through it. And we're going to look briefly at 7.4, the transcendental functions sine and cosine. If you page further on in this unit, you're going to notice that deals with the remaining trigonometric functions, and 7.6 talks about the inverse of sine and the inverse of tangent functions. Both 7.5 and 7.6 we're not going to do together during this time of supplemental learning. I think what we've done so far and with the transcendental functions we've covered, you have a really good basis of understanding. You'll also notice that in your note package that I quickly photocopied that last day in school, 7.4 is not included. So for this unit, for this section, you can either just watch the video, maybe on the back of 7.3 you will want to write down these two boxes when we get to them. Maybe you want to get a loose leaf out and write all these notes, but it's just going to be one brief page, and we'll just do the easy questions when we're differentiating sine and cosine functions. And I'm going to stop saying now. I tried to stop saying okay, and I think I have stopped a lot of the occasions of when I want to say okay, but I've started just to say instead. So I'm going to try and work on that as well. 7.4, we're talking about differentiating sine and cosine functions. These differentiation rules are given by these two boxes. So for us to find the derivative of sine of u, we will yield this answer. Here's the derivative. Cosine of u, same u, multiplied by the derivative of u with respect to x. Similarly, if we're asked to find the derivative of cosine u, our answer will be negative sine u multiplied by the derivative of u. Here's two examples we'll do together. So if we've got the function y is equal to sine of 3x, and we're asked to find the derivative, we're going to use the first rule here. The derivative will be cosine of u, in this case 3x, multiplied by the derivative of u, the derivative of 3x, which is just 3. So our answer will be 3 cos 3x. And the second one here, we're given the function y equals cosine of 2x and asked to find the derivative. The derivative here is given by this rule. The answer will be negative sine of u, in this case is 2x, multiplied by the derivative of u, which would be 2, which will equal, I'll write it underneath, negative 2 sine of 2x. Okay, if you want to pause it and write these examples down first, you can. Okay, so looking at example 1, the function is f of x, and it equals sine of x cubed. And so if we take the derivative there, we've got the derivative of f of x is going to be, now look back up here, we're looking at that sine rule, it's going to equal the cosine of u multiplied by the derivative of u, which would be 3x squared. We usually write the variable to its power before a cosine. Good. Example 2. I did not write y there, but we've got y equals the cosine of x to the power of 2 plus 2. So the derivative here, I don't know if you can hear the thunder on the video, but it sounds really good in person. The derivative here will be negative sine of u, all multiplied by the derivative of u, which in this case it would be 2x, and that's it. negative 2x sine x squared. Example 3, and this is the last example. You can see that here we've got our variable x squared. It's being multiplied by this whole part, which also has an x. So we're going to have to use the product rule here, as we have in the past. So I will leave you to set up f prime, g, and okay, and that should be right. The nice thing about, well, I don't know if it's nice, but the nice thing about not being in the classroom is you guys can't yell at me when I make a mistake on examples like this. But I'm sure it's happened already, and it probably will happen again. So hopefully that's correct. And now we're looking at, this must have been y equals, let's do y prime now is equal to the derivative of f multiplied by g. There's the thunder again. Plus f multiplied by g prime, negative 4 sine of 4x plus 2, which is all equal to nothing really to simplify in the first factor, plus here we can write negative 4 first, which is normal. Of course, there are more difficult examples, and if you're someone who wants to be challenged a little in this and you're ready for the next step, you can do a couple of the examples along with your textbook. You will find your assignment back in Google Classroom.